I've been learning how to smoke fish since I could carry a knife, I jokes. Since I could split, I was probably 12. My mom got me out there and I just started splitting. Learned how to do the backbone, and then next year I was doing a little bit more and more on the fish. So the racks, I built them high enough so I don't have to duck underneath. So when I had this build, I had my dad come in here and do the reach test, so it'd be perfect height for him. But I like it because I don't have to duck underneath, and I think it's high enough for the smoke to get high enough, and it's usually about this high. My dad's the one that came up with all the dimensions. We smoke deer meat, seal meat, strips. We do 90. We do side strips. We do Kipper King salmon. Share it with family, friends, coworkers. A lot of my coworkers want me to sell it to them, but I don't want to sell it. I'll just give it to them. But yeah, I like king salmon, any kind of salmon. I like doing it. I like coho the best, so that's my prize fish, more than king and sockeye. My dad made this out of a burn barrel. Just cut it in half. Now we got handles. We put match lights, start it outside, let it start, and then bring it in here. And this is like a vent, pushes the smoke over here where the strips are going to be hanging. This is just to stop it from cooking. And it's a lot of work. You never put up dry fish, it's more work than you think it is, you know. It's all good to sit there and eat, but putting it up is the real work. It's well worth it in the end when you get it all done. Something to be proud of.
The smokehouse was built by my brother Jim. It was actually built for my mother, and it originally was down on the beach in front of her house. I started learning by trial and error, and it got better and better as I went along. But initially, you have some mistakes along the line, and so I always encourage people not to give up. To make sure that they do it with goodness in their heart. My mother used to say, never work on food if you're angry or if you're mad, because it won't turn out for you. For me, it's a matter of touch when I know when it's done. Because what I've learned over time is that if you don't smoke it all the way, you're going to have a better product. Because once you pressure cook it, then it's going to dry it out. Normally they'll hang the fish high, seal low, cockles lower, and with cockles you just want to get that smoky flavor. You don't want to smoke them too long. They're pretty short process, couple of hours of smoke, and they're good. Seal, I'll do probably about 4 hours of a good rolling smoke on it. But yeah, it's and then we've got it all vented here, so all the smoke comes out here, and my fire is down here. And I just, that's my second tub that I've been using, and then I just throw some of my alder, and then I have a cover that I just pull over it. It's just a big sheet pan, and then it just kind of controls the flame and stuff so that the heat is more dispersed. So far, in probably the last 10, 15 years, I've never ran out of fish, so that works for me. Because I think it's important that we continue to learn how to, put up our food, because I think it keeps us connected, not only to the land, but to the sea and to all the things that are important to us. Yeah.
My mom, before she passed, showed me how to smoke strips. I normally just gathered the stuff. I never really smoked it or paid any attention to how it was done, so it was an honor for me to learn that. She says, you got to learn to process this. I'm not going to be here forever. I said, okay. We smoke all the fishes: halibut, cohos, humpies, kings, dogs, seal, deer. I guess my favorite is cohos, because so many people love coho. It's the way the old tradition was a lot of centuries ago. We all helped each other in everything. When family was down, Their smokehouse wasn't working, I let people use the smokehouse. The only requirement I have is you take care of it, like it's your own. Smoking, there's so many different styles and so many different timings. Some people marinate it. My mom just used straight orders when she smoked anything, so that's the way I do it because that's the way I was taught. And it's awesome that there are a lot of people with different styles, different marinations, different timings. And most of the time I donate it to elders. I don't keep all of it for myself. My dad said it's called sharing the luck, and we always do it. And that's the way we were brought up, to do it with all our fishes, all our deers, all our seals. We keep part of it and give most of it away.
When my grandma taught me, she's like, you gotta smoke everything. Don't leave anything out. It's like, okay, Grandma. I like to smoke seal. It's a big process, but I like to do it, and I enjoy it, and other people enjoy it, and that's what I like it to do it. And I want other people to learn before before I'm gone. Really big difference on smoked deer meat. I never jar up deer meat, just plain. I always smoke it. So I cut my ribs. I smoke my ribs, and then I cut them down like this and jar them up. There's lots of meat on the halibut head. People just think there's nothing on there, but there is lots of meat on it. Just put the whole head on the sticks in there and smoke it dry, and oh my God, it's good. Boil it. Neckties, you cut all the way to the tail and hang it like the skin out, and then flip it over and let it dry. I don't even put any smoke or anything on it until after one day of drying. It'll dry all day, and then the next morning I'll put a fire on it. Everything's kind of a process, to get it done, but it turns out really good. I want my kids to learn. That's what my son Frankie says. I'm never gonna starve, Mom. I know how to put up everything now. So, and he does. They do. They put up everything. So.
We use this for like smaller stuff, like if I kipper king salmon or smoked cockles or deer meat, we'll put them on these racks. These ones I cut. This is going to be hard dried dry fish. These ones here. I got to keep flipping them constantly so they don't stick to the rack. When we first get the fish in, we leave the backbones in, and the fish actually go on the board like this. So you'll smoke them like that for up to a day, and you keep checking the tops. Remember what I was talking about? You want this to be dry. So as soon as this top dries up, what we'll do is we'll take it down. I'll take it outside, and I already have it split open one way, and I'll take the rest of the backbone out, and then we'll wipe these boards down with paper towels, get as dry as we can. Then we actually set it over like this, and we leave it here for like maybe another day or so, and you keep touching the meat to see. It's got to be it can't be wet or slimy. But as soon as it gets dry and kind of firm, what we'll do is we take it down and we set it on here. Then I actually use my knife, cut about maybe an inch or two above this. Just kind of open it up right there. And the tip here, it's real important that you actually split that down the middle. You want that to be open. So if you don't open it, then the smoke don't get into it, and then it will, right here will get strong and it'll spoil. You don't really hear of too many people doing it this way anymore, the traditional style. So I don't want it to die with me. I'm making sure Andrew and Mary are paying close attention so they can learn how to do it themselves.
It's Hoonah, and I think we should all have a smokehouse. It should be something that there should be a place in your yard for your smokehouse. It was something my grandmother had when I was a little girl, and I remember my memories of her is sitting down in the smokehouse. It's something my mom had when I was growing up. It was something I felt we needed because it seems like it's as much a necessity to a home here as a refrigerator. I know a lot of people like sockeye, but silvers are my favorite just because they're not as oily. We've also smoked cockles, seal, deer, pretty much anything. We've made jerky in there. We've also made bacon out of deer. So this sort of just met our needs at the time when we built it because we were just looking mainly for something to, small that we could move around, something that we could lay the strips down on because I didn't like hanging them. I didn't like tying strings to them and hanging them up or anything. So we just decided the racks were going to be most suitable for us. I just like preparing my own food. I like the idea that if you want something, you like it, you prepare it yourself, and the sharing is the fun part, I think. I believe every house should have a smokehouse, and I believe your smokehouse should be just custom to your needs. What do you want it for? What do you need it for?